What is up, guys? My name's Jackal, and we are back for more Pokemon Red. I was about to say Final Fantasy Mystic Quest, but that is not the game we're playing. That's not for another 3 days. Nah, we're back here for more Pokemon Red version, the replay. Here trying to get our party up a little bit more levels so we can hit up Misty. Yeah, Eradicate just needs 1 more. Charmeleon needs 2 more. Oddish, I'm not really going to be training. I thought I would, and then I caught it and looked at its move pool and was like, you know what? HM slave for you. Hope everyone's doing well today. Today will luckily not be the same kind of boring grind video that I've had to make the last couple of days. I'm sure everyone has been very comfortable with this plot of land right here. It's nice. I've had 2 days of work already gone by. Got 3 more left. I had thought this week we were going to be getting rid of a whole bunch of the seasonal help that we've had, but looks like we're retaining on to a lot of those employees, which is really weird. Because right now we're running ourselves into a spot where there's like too many people and not enough stuff to do for all of them. I mean, hell, they even got some of the supervisors coming in at a later time. Which is nice, because then that means my MAGA supervisor gets to fucking chill out before he comes to work. That dude is always talking about, like, when I mean the red pill, I don't mean like red pill like red pillars. He's always talking about like the literal Matrix, like red pill. He's always talking about conspiracies and shit. I had to sit there and pretend like I'm not trying to unglue my eye balls from the fucking back of their sockets. I have to like manually unroll my eyes fucking backwards into my skull. Bum bum ba-dum. Bum ba-da-dum. I'm really still debating, because I'm still trying to figure out where I want to take this team. Because the idea of that Jinx down there is fucking super attractive. Not Jinx herself. Weird ass fucking blackface Pokemon. But a psychic ice type would be so righteous. It would be so cool. What on earth is my stuff? My things. Oh, I put it up out of my reach. So I apologize. I apologize, as always, for the stuffy nose. I know that's always great. Everyone, I'm sure, loves listening to me fucking sniffle into the mic. Allergies are fucking really weird this season. Is your nose running too, ladies and gents? Well, then you better go catch it. I hear all the crickets chirping in the background. I don't know why it feels like I actually have more experience than that. Oh well, 306, we're almost there. And I got these 2 rare candies for Charmelia. Getting a lot of these fucking Abras though, that's for sure. I'll have to check out Drowsy and Hypno's moveset eventually when I get to them. Eradicate playing with this food over here. Yeah, I can't wait for... Right now we kind of have 2 supervisors. We have 1, and then we have 1 in training. I am very ready for either one of them to fucking leave. I've never seen so many employees at a place that somehow, some way managed to both under-supervise and over-supervise at the exact same time. I mean, shit, yesterday I left work fucking half an hour early. Because they not wanted to, because they did. They had me doing, like, a whole shitload, like, at least 40 different packages of, like, really big and really heavy shit. Obviously, we just call it a lot of bulk. So, I go down there, and they're like, hey, do you mind doing all the bulk at the front of 4? And there's probably more than that. There was at least probably about 75 or so really big ass packages. So I do like 60% of them, because 60% were on like one side. Finish all that, and then the supervisor's like, so are you going to do the other side? I'm like, you guys can't have anybody else do that shit? Like, I got to do all of it? Because for those of you who are uninitiated in my workplace woes, one of my biggest gripes is that it doesn't matter what's going on, I'm always the one that gets called on to do shit. You need bulk walked up? Go have Bob do it. You need bulk thrown up onto the belt? Have Bob do it. You need somebody to go to a different area in the factory? Have Bob do it. You need someone to go do whatever? That's it. Name dropping myself hard today. Ooh, hold on. We gotta pause it. We got some jank FPS going. Alright, are we better? Yeah, I think we're better here. Ooh, no, it's still real jank. Ooh. Oh, nope. I see it now. That transition was clean. But no, it doesn't matter what they do, what it is. Like, I'm always the one who's got to do it. You know, they have literal, like, dozens of employees who work there. They have, like, nearly a dozen employees that work on each side that I ended up helping out. So at least between the 2 of them, at least, yeah, of all the loaders and everything, yeah, there's probably about half a dozen on one side, half a dozen on the other. Didn't have anyone help me. I did all that shit myself. So obviously by the end of it, you know, because that's just almost an hour straight of real heavy shit. So of course, you know, by the end of that, I'm tired. So, you know, I ended up leaving a half hour early yesterday. Now that half hour early is still nearly an hour longer than some people are even staying. So it's not like me leaving early is me leaving early. I'm still leaving after almost everyone there. But then today I had to leave fucking 20 minutes early just because my back is still fucking hurting from yesterday. Doesn't really matter what it is. I am usually the one who ends up having to do it, whatever it is, whether it's retapes, rewraps. Those are actually the same thing sometimes. Tape ups and rewraps are not always the same thing, but they are a lot of times the same thing. Work the mist swords, work other areas. I mean, shit, while I was in the area that it's called the orange secondary, because I work on the orange belt, and the area that we open up during the holiday season, I fucking ran that shit up there the entire like holiday season basically. And then it annoys me because, you know, I do all the heavy shit. I help them out in whatever area they need help in, no matter what it is. And still, like, compared to other employees, like, I still feel like I get the shaft. Like, there's other motherfuckers that will be that'll go to the bathroom. Like, some people will be gone for, like, 5-10 minutes in the bathroom at, like, the very start of the workday. Within a half hour, people will spend, like, 10 minutes in the bathroom. Now, listen, you know, somebody came into work and they had to take a shit. Like, the fuck do I care? In general, I wouldn't care. But you have all these people who are gone, and then I go and do the same thing, but like an hour and a half, 2 hours into the shift, and I'm hearing over the intercom, "Jackal, please report back to your work area." You heard me drop my name enough. You don't need to know what it is. Again. But no, they'll just sit there and always call me. And it's like, bro, I do all of your heavy shit. I help you out in every area of the factory. And yet you're going to, like, bother me and call me and, like, be looking for me when you're never looking for any of the really shitty employees who are always proliferating the area. Especially with all of these, like, temporary employees, because they basically do a whole bunch of shit that, like, we never could. And it's why I'm hoping that, like, this week might be, like, their last week, and that's it. They gotta fucking go. Because they do a lot of shit that none of us could get away with doing. You know, today I go to the bathroom, and they're calling me back to the slide. Meanwhile, there was one woman who, you know, a younger black woman. She's a little bit younger than I am. She's a temp worker. So, like, you know, they don't really train temp workers to be anything more than, like, what they're there to be, which is a temp worker during the holidays. But she'll basically walk around for, like, damn near a half hour, not actually doing anything, just, like, being in and out of the bathroom, being sparse in places, just being barely seen enough by management that, like, they don't notice she's constantly gone. The employees notice, but supervisors don't. And she spends like 20 minutes off the slide, comes back for a minute, leaves again. Meanwhile, I'm the one getting called back to the slide when I'm gone for like 10 minutes. And after a while, you know, this shit gets kind of old. Because UPS has the problem of relying on the same exact, like, 5 employees to do all of their shit, and meanwhile, none of the other employees really are ever forced to do anything. Some of our supervisors are so scared of, like, telling employees what to do and doing their job, that they will literally do the work themselves and risk somebody in the union catching them and squealing on them. Because you can do that to supervisors at UPS. If you catch them doing work, not all work, but there's certain times that, and I don't even fully understand it because I don't really care enough to learn. There's certain times that the managers are not actually supposed to be. The fuck? Just had that shit where like your faucet in the bathroom just all of a sudden dumps like a sprinkle of water. All of a sudden it did it right as I was walking past, and that confused the shit out of me. Confused me so much I don't even remember the exact tangent I was going on. I know it had something to do with them relying on the same, like, 5 people to do all their shit. But I don't remember what I was saying about it and their trash ways. And I had told my supervisor about me, like, doing this channel as a hobby. And he was like, let me find out I hear you talking shit about me on YouTube. I was like, well, never by name if that makes you feel any better. But they'll sit there, all of these, like, new temp employees, they'll sit there and, you know, where we work, it's a giant metal slide that's wider than it is tall by a significant margin. It's like 2 times as wide, maybe even 3 times more wide than it is tall. And there's a conveyor at the top, and there's these metal panels that are on a timer that as the things are sliding down the belt, these arms will whack everything down the slide and push them to us. And, you know, where we stand at the base of the slide, you know, it's just it's a tiny little walkway. Like, it's not even enough. If I'm standing, like, facing the slide and somebody's walking behind me, if they're skinny or slender enough, they'll be able to walk behind me normally. If it's somebody bigger, they'll have to, like, turn sideways to get behind me. Like, depending on how big you are, it's really not that much space. So, you know, when you're sorting, you're not supposed to really be walking behind other employees. 1, because it's a safety hazard. 2, a lot of times you end up stopping that other employee from sorting a package. Now, especially the way that it usually tends to go, most times, the way that people walk behind you, usually it's people that are, quote, behind you. Meaning the way that the bins are rotating, they're rotating like past you. Like if I'm grabbing a package and I turn to my left and hand it off, there's an entire conveyor of bins that just run down the length of the factory. And how was I gonna word it? It runs all the packages down. So usually, you know, obviously the conveyor is moving them like past you, like it's on my left side, and the things are moving towards me and then going behind me, like just on the conveyor belt itself. So that way, you know, so that way you can hand everything off to the factory. Sorry, I'm getting distracted by something over here next to me. So usually what it'll be is somebody who's like behind you on the slide will move up to like where you are to sort something. And it's like, 1, the conveyor is already going to be moving towards you. There's like, it's coming at you. There's no reason that you have to walk to it in order to drop something off. That's not necessary. That's not necessary to do. Wow. So, you know, 1, it's a hazard, a safety hazard. 2, usually if you're walking behind somebody, you're going to stop them from doing what they're doing because you're in the way. So, like, you could have searched for a package, because there's plenty of them. You could have just grabbed a different package and sorted it into a different bin that you didn't have to stop me from moving to do. And also, I could have sorted. So basically, you stop one person from sorting just so you can sort one package, as opposed to you finding a different package and you both sorting one together. Or in my case, probably 2 and 3 in the time it would take somebody to walk past me and throw some shit in and then walk back. Not like I'm even that fast, but no, you have all these people that are doing all this unsafe shit. In the last 7 days, I've been hit with more packages from people being careless than I ever have working here. And the supervisors will stand up there where they stand on their little gargoyle perch, and they'll just watch it happen, and they won't say anything. You know, they sit there and breathe down my neck looking for any moment that I'm gone or I'm taking too long with something, and they're constantly calling me back. And yet, like, people will be hitting me with shit, and the supervisors will be up there, and they will not say anything about it. And I have to just sit there and be like, yo, what the fuck? 27. 28. There we go. Alright. That's the end of the episode. Ish. That's the end of the training. This training arc has been completed. We're now ready for the tournament arc. In my tournament arc, I mean there's 2 trainers in here whose asses need whooping. And then we're good. Oh yeah, and I think now that I beat the Pokemaniac, I think that, or not beat, now that I got to Bill, that one house should be open now. But we're not going to deal with him. Collecting, fighting, it's a tough life. Goddamn right it is. Alright. Let's get Fiero up here. Water should not have any real problems over here. 1623. Good. Good. And Peck is still a real good move. Oh, so righteous. A Shelder? You look like something a bird like this would eat. I like his tongue though. Bleh. Shelder and Cloyster, fucking Pokemon I would love to use. Unfortunately, my Nuzlocke is going to be with a water type starter. So Cloyster's probably not going to have his uses. I'm more than good enough for you. Bitch, shut the fuck up. You're more than good enough for me. None of you are shit compared to me. I do find it funny how they're a little lazy and Goldeen has the same cry sound as Pidgey? No, not Pidgey. It's the same as another Pokemon. I know it's one of the early Pokemon. Alright, there we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. Alright, let's put Raticate up top. Turn it up one bit of volume. Let me take a little smack here. And then we'll beat Misty. But yeah, when it comes to my workplace, it's just always shit like that that fucking annoys and angers me. You know, when I started working there, we had a supervisor who was constantly yelling hey, quit back sorting. Come on, faster, faster. Pick up the pace. Let's go, guys. Come on, move. You can't really mush employees like that, but he was just always on everyone's ass, but in a fair way, to everyone. And unsurprisingly, everybody was pretty much fine with that. Workers don't tend to care whether you're more of like a crack the whip boss or a more laid back boss. It's when you're not consistent with the way you do things with everyone that you start like getting people on your ass as like the way that you're supervising. You know, the fact that they're, you know, running the same few people to do all of their bullshit. You know, it's me or the guy that I call the alcoholic. It's me or him that's always doing bulk. It's me who's going to be doing like walking off shit to the rest of the factory. It's me who's going to get sent to different work areas. Nobody else is going to get sent to work different work areas. That's only going to happen to me. So like, you know, yeah, bro, eventually it does get like real old. But when you have a supervisor that, you know, is cracking the whip on people, but they're fair about it, nobody really seems to mind. Nice. That hyperfang is deadly. Alright, just one tackle. And to do it to him, finish him off. Wow, for real? And I'm still faster, and I win. Not very effective, but I win. Yep. Charmeleon was weak here, but he's got to get one lick in. Even if it's the last one, he's got to get one in. And we got the Cascade Badgerino. Ooh. And now we can learn Cut. Alright, Bubble Beam. Raticate and Nidoqueen. See, I could put it on Nidoqueen, but I don't know if I want to right now. I need to put some of these TMs in the PC here coming up soon, because I'm going to be running out of space. Maybe that's what I'll do. I'm going to employ some help. I'm going to try to put it in the title and see if we get anything. See if we get any takers. But I need to know what TMs I should be using and for whom. Because Bubble Beam automatically seems like I already got Water Gun on Raticate. So it seems like... yes. Yes. 2 badges. Fuck yeah. But it seems like the way to go would be between those to put Bubble Beam on Nidoqueen. Because the thing is I don't know if I'm going to have... if I'm going to be getting a water Pokemon later, like, there's a good chance that it might learn Bubble Beam, or just better or equivalent water moves on its own. So I don't know if I'm going to have a need for it, but let me know. Let me know in the comments. I need to know what TMs are worth using. So, yeah, I'll be back in a couple days with more. Till then, y'all.